Boy, oh boy. The comment section was on fire for this song when I posted my reaction to this track by SB19. I believe it's pretty. So, it's funny. I said in the original video that I had, the original reaction, that I wasn't exactly sure how to pronounce it. Is it ILAW or ILAW? Regardless, beside the point. I didn't see a lot of comments that helped me with the pronunciation. But regardless, my original reaction, there was a ton of comments of people being like, why didn't you watch the original lyric video or like the lyric video with the translation? Guys, I had a plan. I had a plan. I got, in the sense that I wanted to listen to the music and hear the music first and kind of just experience the music and the melody and the emotion of the song without having to watch the translate at the same time. Like, you kind of get lost in everything. So if you haven't seen already, I posted a video where I react to and break down the actual lyrics, the translated lyrics, where I have the Tagalog lyrics on one side and the English lyrics on another, through Genius, which I'm assuming did a pretty good job. It's like the Genius verified lyrics, but who knows? So you be the judge of that. Let me know what you think. Now, I'm really looking forward to seeing what I believe is a live version. It doesn't say live in the intro or in the name, but I'm assuming based on what people recommended, that this is a live version. So I do really wish that I saw SB19 live when they came to New York. I would have also had the opportunity to hang out with Dennis King and the King Fam, but it wasn't possible. We tried to make it work, but it just wasn't possible. So my name is Jacob. If you're new to the channel, I'm a musician from Northport, New York. So let's see what we got. If you have any requests, also, you can send me a text. Best way to get in touch with me if you have any comments or just want to say what's up, send me a text. Numbers on the screen. Let's see what we got. Live. Okay, 10 seconds in, I just want to comment, this is definitely live. You could tell there's a very just distinct sound that handheld wireless or even non-wireless handheld live microphones have what are called dynamic microphones, because they can handle dynamics more than like a condenser microphone like I have back there can handle. Dynamic microphones have a very distinct sound, especially for recording live. So you can just tell right off the bat, for someone that has experience of working with microphones, definitely live. Dude, he's got sick eyes. Big reverb. Wait, hold on. They're definitely singing along to a track, though. There's two voices going on. That's interesting. Strings are insane. Yeah. The grit in the voice. Love that minor chord. All right, let's talk about what we heard so far. Some really interesting things. I'm really surprised at the use of the backing track, in the sense that that there's vocals in it. I'm curious of a couple things. I wonder if they didn't have an instrumental version. I wonder if it was a stylistic choice. A lot of rap music will often, like live performances of rap music, will very often have the backing, like the vocals in the background, and they just rap over the vocals. So I don't know. It's not super distracting. Like, I bet 90% of people that heard it didn't even notice. Just have a trained ear to hear the kind of stuff like that, or I'm listening specifically for it. The voices sound ridiculous. They sound they're perfect, like really, really in key. The tonality of their voices sounds really good, and the emotions. Like one thing I learned through my vocal coach is is how do I explain this properly? Like the concept of singing along to a kind of quote unquote karaoke to your own songs, as opposed to actually singing the songs, I think is something that I had to learn to do, in the sense that so often, especially if you grow up as like a cover artist and you start with covers, and I don't know if they did or not, but like so often so many artists get caught up in this concept of just singing along almost like karaoke, like especially, or here for example, like somebody like me, I had played so many covers at like bars or restaurants as a musician making money in the music industry, that so often like we consider it wallpaper music, in the sense that like we're just there to like provide some entertainment, but nobody's actually listening. It's just background music. So often, you know, I'm playing my songs or covers, and I'm just kind of like thinking about what I'm going to make for dinner, or, you know, what am I doing after this, or what did I do before this, or I'm not actually thinking about the song, because nobody's really listening. You're just providing background music. And I think that translated into my performance in my own music, in the sense that like I would just be like singing the words without actually getting into the song. And one thing you can see here, which is really cool, is that you can actually just tell that they're into the song. They're not thinking about what they're going to have for dinner, you know, because that emotion then wouldn't be portrayed through, you know, when you're in the moment versus actually just kind of somewhere else. That right there is the most awkward part of any musician that does not have an instrument right there. Is like this, in the 10 seconds of instrumental is like, okay, nobody's singing, what do you do? Especially with your hands.
Nagpapamuni-muni sa kawalan ng huni, di mapapirmi aking sarili. Ilaw nga ang dahilan kung ako ngayon nasan man. Ngunit kailangan kong magpahinga, patay ng ilaw pansamantala. Nakalang magbabago, kabayaran ba dito'y sarili ko'y maglalaho?
Oh, interesting. Switching singers for the beginning of the chorus right there. That's actually pretty cool. If you want to become an expert as to tell when something's live or not live, this is a key giveaway right here. I want to show you. Let's go back to... Okay, right when he starts singing. Listen. Okay, right here, what you're about to hear is something called a plosive, and this happens all the time in live singing sessions. It's when you push out air, typically with like words like that have hard consonants, like P or B, or like when you're pushing out air, because you're pushing out please, whatever, anything with a P or B or things like that have hard plosives in them, and typically that's actually you can't see because this microphone is blocking it, but you can see. Can you see this? Okay, there you go. There's a microphone back here that this microphone up here is blocking. That has something called a pop filter over it, and that protects it from the plosives. And obviously, there's no pop filters on these, like, you know, handheld microphones. So that is a good tell as if you can actually hear in it. Plus, you'd also want to get rid of that if you were in a studio. So, like, the fact that you're hearing it is a very, very good indicator that it's live. This is just in case you want to become an expert in telling whether or not it's live. Let's go back to the word.
Sa mga bulong ko, kahit pa ako'y sumigaw ay malabo. Tao po, pakinggan nyo naman ako. Bakit di niya subukang buksan ang bukas namang pinto? Magkaduyan ang makita nyo, tunay na ako, di nagtatago. Sa likod na bumubulag na ilaw na ko.
That guitar sounds so good. You can even hear the emotion in the guitar right here. That's so delicately played.
Ito na naman ako, patungo sa presinto. Nag-iisip ng kung ano-ano, kailan bang laya ko dito. Ito na naman ako, pwede bang ipagpaliban muna ng isang linggo?
Guitar coming through. Dude, the cinematography is sick. So crisp. Hear that shred on the guitar? So I know that I believe Pablo wrote this, right? And you could just tell just in the way that like he presents himself in this song that this is coming from like his place. Okay, this is actually an interesting example. While everybody's doing a phenomenal job, you can feel the emotion. I feel like you feel the most emotion from him because it's his song. He wrote and owns these lyrics, and this is like it came from a place where he was coming from, right? Everybody else like may agree and understand, but it wasn't them that was like in the trenches, like, oh, this is how I feel, right? And I can just feel like you can kind of feel that there. He has the emotion like that, like, more than they do. Nice octave up jump. Dude, he's got sick eyes, man. The vibe of this, like with the audience, is very interesting. Like just sitting around a table or standing around, like just kind of like watch it, is a very interesting vibe. While they're like pouring their heart and soul out, man, it's crazy, really, just ridiculous. Just as good, if not better, as the original that I heard. So I really enjoyed that. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate you. So if you enjoyed this, send me a text. Let me know what you thought. And the best way to support this channel is checking out my own original music. God bless and peace out.